Today, I'm going to take you to the infamous New York City. That's right, we're going to take a city tour and give you a little bit of fun facts about New York City. We're going to take you on the subway. We're going to take you to Ground Zero. And we're going to take you to the Statue of Liberty. I just know you're going to love this video. New York may be a small city, about 50% smaller than London, but it boasts more groundbreaking and historic events than some entire countries. New York is still an ever-changing city with many layers, and there's much more to this city than you think. Everyone knows that New York is well known for its pizzerias, but did you know that it was home to the first pizzeria in America? Opened in 1905 by Gennaro Lombardi. And if you are a goodies person like I am, you couldn't wait to get to Carlo's Bakery. That's right. Carlo's Bakery has been featured in TLC's reality show Cake Boss since 2009. The original Carlo's Bakery is located in New Jersey. It was established in 1910 and acquired by the Italian-American Valastro family in 1964. Carlo's Bakery is a family-run business where the whole Valastro family works, led by a fourth-generation pastry chef, Buddy Valastro, who is the cake boss. Buddy and his team create show-stopping cakes for weddings and other special occasions. Many famous people come to visit Buddy and have them make their cakes for their special occasions because he has such an imagination. Some of the cakes are mechanical, but in addition to that, they also have pastries, cupcakes, cookies, and believe me, I got my share when I was there. If you haven't watched an episode of that, you need to go watch Cake Boss. New York is well known for its street food, street actors, and street dancers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
So that's all these guys did, was stand around and bounce a little bit, so I really didn't get any good footage from there. So the next thing we decided to do was hop on the subway. That's right, the New York City subway system is the largest in the world. The subway system features 472 stations that reach all 5 boroughs. This is a quick and easy to use form of public transport, and it is a lifeline of the majority of New Yorkers. The subway system also holds the title of being the busiest rapid transport system in the Western Hemisphere. As you can tell, it wasn't very crowded when we went, and we were very lucky. First stop, World Trade Center. So we were staying in Times Square. It was quite a ways to get down to the World Trade Center by subway, but it was something that I wanted to do. And we finally got there, and coming out of the subway, it was very sombering. It was very clean. There wasn't a whole lot of people here at this point. Just looking around the whole area, your mind kind of wanders and wonders what it was like during that horrific time. The memorial itself is located on 8 acres of the 16-acre World Trade Center complex. The 9/11 Memorial is a place of remembrance and contemplation within the bustle of Lower Manhattan. The focal points of the memorial are 2 pools, each nearly an acre in size. It sits in the footprints of the former North and South Towers. The pools contain the largest man-made waterfalls in North America, each descending 30 feet into a square basin. From there, the water in each pool drops another 20 feet and disappears into a smaller central void. According to the architect Michael Arad, the pools represent absence made visible. Although the water flows into the voids, they can never be filled. The names of the 2,983 people who were killed in the 2001 and 1993 terrorist attacks are inscribed on bronze parapets edging the memorial pools. The names are grouped by the locations and circumstances in which victims found themselves during the attacks. The North Pool parapets include the name of those who were killed in the North Tower on hijacked Flight 11 and in the 1993 bombing. The South Pool parapets includes the names of the first responders and as well as victims who were killed at the South Tower on hijacked Flight 175, Flight 77, and Flight 93. More than 400 swamp white oak trees fill the Memorial Plaza around the pools. This is native to the areas of all three 9/11 crash sites. As you walk around the plaza, there are a couple of huts that will sell like wristbands for donations. They also have t-shirts. There is very limited souvenirs in the area, but they do benefit the firefighters, the medical personnel, and it also helps out the families of 9/11. They do have these free boxes too, where they have wristbands and then you just give a donation. When the Twin Towers were built, it symbolized globalization and the economic power of the United States. After the devastating terror attacks on 9/11, it also became a symbol of the American resilience. When you're at the 9/11 Memorial or Ground Zero, you'll probably notice a large white building with still wing-shaped tips reaching towards the sky. That is the Oculus, a transportation hub and shopping mall built alongside One World Trade Center. The Oculus was designed by Spanish architect Santiago Catavia. He intended it to resemble a dove leaving a child's hand. The name comes from the strip of windows or skylights along the spine of the roof. Oculus is the Latin word for eye, which in architecture refers to a round eye like opening with a view of the sky. Take a look up through the windows and you'll see Freedom Tower. Along with being the third largest transportation hub, the Oculus also has many high-end stores. Manhattan is also well known for all of its art that's tucked into plazas and parks. This is the Oculus Beer Garden. The building next to the Oculus is covered in sanctioned graffiti and is also an entrance to the subway and PATH trains. There is street art all over the building and surrounding structures, including planters, fences, and it's all tagged by artists who have left their mark. And after that, we rode the subway back to Times Square, where I met up with some friends of mine that are going on the cruise with us. We'll be cruising out in a couple days. We all met up at the bar and had some food and drinks before retiring for the night. The next morning was an early start. Catch an Uber over to the Statue of Liberty, but I took some pictures of the buildings in New York. They're so neat looking. So now I'm walking up to the Statue of Liberty ferry, and they have a lot of different statues that you could look at. There were vendors there. This was a line. It was pretty long. And there she is. So we waited in line for about 45 minutes. You do have to pre-order your tickets, so make sure that you do that, because if you just show up, you're not going to get in here. And as soon as they let this boat go, it started rocking really hard back and forth. But then we took off and it evened out. As you can tell, there's a ton of people in line right now, and it probably goes all the way around those buildings, behind the trees, all the way back there. One thing I can't stress enough about how beautiful the skyline is. It's just breathtaking. And it's both ways. So if you look to the left, there's a ton of buildings over there that are all, they look kind of like, I don't know, older buildings. And then they have all your new buildings. And it's just beautiful. Gotta take some selfies with the New York skyline behind me and Diana. One thing I did notice about New York are a lot of rudeness. I'm about to show you a video right now on that. So, yep, we're on the boat. We're going over to Staten Island Ferry. We got Premier's area right here where we are at. But we keep getting kicked out of our spot because people like this. See? How rude. Did you like it? So I didn't really get the full effect of that video, but these people literally pushed me out of the way so they could get in there. And that happens a lot. So make sure if you're ever in New York to bring your patience because you will need it. And we're coming up on the Statue of Liberty. So while we're going by the Statue of Liberty, I'm going to give you a little bit of fun facts about it. It was intended to be a symbol of freedom, conceived by French intellectual Edouard Laborie in 1865. Lady Liberty remains one of the most iconic monuments in the world and remains a beacon of hope to this day. It took the French sculptors over 10 years to design her. She's over 151 feet tall, and she is known in full as a Liberty enlightening the world. Lady Liberty was dedicated on October 28, 1886, and she is made of copper. The statue was inspired by a Roman goddess, Libertas, which is the Roman goddess of freedom. The statue was shipped over in a series of 350 parts. It was pieced together and placed on a pedestal and preliminary built by the Americans. 2 years after it made its grand debut in the New York harbor, Lady Liberty adopted an illuminating role. For 16 years, she doubled as a lighthouse, which figure's symbolic lamp served as the beacon. Unfortunately, this light source proved too dim for ships to see, and the statue stopped operating as a lighthouse under the order of President Theodore Roosevelt. The spikes on the Statue of Liberty crown represent the 7 seas and 7 continents, meaning that through this as an American monument, the freedom it stands for, it is a universal concept. There are 25 windows in the crown. Though they are difficult to see from the ground, they include an unparalleled view of New York and New Jersey. To look through the windows in the crown, visitors will have to climb 393 steps. This distance is roughly in the vertical distance of 27 levels of a normal building. Every year, 4.5 million people flock by ferry to see the sculpture. You cannot just walk up to the crown. You have to get passes to get up there, and I think they need to be pre-reserved. So check into that before if you're planning on walking up. The most recent monumental addition to the Liberty Island, since the statue herself, is the Statue of Liberty Museum. And what would a Shanster video be without the Shanster spin shot? So we are about to hop on the Statue City Cruises. Yeah, the New Jersey lady taking us back to the New York side. All right, here we are at Ellis Island. This was one of the stops on the way back to New York from the Statue of Liberty. Ellis Island served as the primary entry point for immigrants coming to the United States from 1892 to the island's immigration station, processed over 12 million immigrants, making it an iconic symbol of American immigration history. The first immigrant to pass through Ellis Island was Annie Moore, a 15-year-old girl from County Cork, Ireland, on January 1st, 1892. She was greeted with a $10 gold coin and a gift from immigration officials, making her historic entry into the United States. I hope you enjoyed my video on New York City, visiting the World Trade Center, Ground Zero, the subway station, Statue of Liberty. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. And remember, it's up to you to make it fun. Make it yours. We'll see you the next time.